you're one of the people who went to the peaceful rally that we had in D.C., right? You went to the rally. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and during the rally, I want to let you know, during the rally, when Donald Trump was talking, while you guys were there, what was it, 2 million people or something like that?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
More than that. The hotels were sold out.
Okay. Well, during his speech, that's when they actually, these Antifa, BLM, Occupy movement, funded by George Soros, went to the Capitol building, and some of these people actually were formal law enforcement officers who were on, get this, who were formal NYPD who've been fired, by the way, who've been fired, and these are formal officers who've been fired for not doing their job correctly, like having going to nightclubs, going to strip clubs. They got fired. These NYPD officers, formal officers who did this, came to DC to disrupt, not just disrupt the rally that you guys had going to the Capitol building. That's what they did. So it was inside job funded by George Soros. We know this for a fact. Sean Hannity talked about that. Mark Levin talked about this. The Wall Street Journal now confirms this. Newsmax confirms this, and also the New York Post confirms this. Not the New York Times. The New York Post confirms this. So, and we also got it from the National Review too now. National Review and American Spectator all confirm that George Soros was actually behind this monster mind of this terrorist attack on the Capitol building. That's what we call it. It was not a demonstration. This was a terrorist attack. What you had at the Trump, what Trump did, what you guys had, the Tea Party, Patriots, and the MAGA rally was a rally. It was not a demonstration. It was just a rally. It was not a protest. It was a rally. These people who took off the Capitol building, they were terrorists. The difference between terrorism and a rally is, well, you saw it over the summer. Remember, they said peaceful protesting all summer long when they actually burned down cities, burned down bars, restaurants, schools. A mayor office in Portland got attacked 4 times this past summer, and no reports about this at all. No reports whatsoever about this anywhere at all, and we have the evidence.
Right.
But nobody's talking. Where's ABC at? Where's CNN? Where are they? I mean, they're saying that now. CNN says that the Trump people, like you and I, we are considered terrorists, Nazis now, neo-Nazis now. I mean, are you kidding me? Really?
Well, I guess they do, huh?
Well, you're running for Congress, aren't you? It's 2022, right? You're running for Congress.
Yes, definitely. They're running for District 29. But yeah, everything that you're saying, I mean, the media has to lie about it, and they have to make it seem a different way, so that way they can have to blame someone. That's what they're doing. They're blaming someone.
Right, and we got you see, this is the first candidate we got on this program for the first of the year, too, as well. And Donald Trump is still president, by the way. Donald Trump has not left office yet. And that's going to happen on January 20th. But, however, this is the first of the year. And remember, November 8th, 2022 is our time. And you're going to be with the Tea Party, with the Patriot Party now, right? You're going to join from Republican to the
New Party, Patriot Party.
Yeah, Patriot Party. Yeah, we're going to join from the Republican to the Patriot Party. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. So that's great. So we got our first candidate for the Tea Party Patriots, our Patriot Party. That's pretty cool. It actually we came up with a with a long title for the Patriot Party, the Patriot Conservative Constitutional Party. That's the full title of it, but it's the same thing, though. I just want to let you know that it's the same thing as a Patriot Party.
Right.
So I want to make that very clear. I want to make that.
Be able to recruit people who are God-fearing and want to defend our Constitution.
Right. Right, exactly. This is exactly what's going to happen. So November 8th, people, 2022, remember this. So we have our first candidate on this program here talking about that. And you were at the rally too, weren't you? What did you see? Did you see anything from what you saw? What did you see? What was going on? What did you see during the rally? What did you see? Did you see any of these?
Well, I saw a lot of people that were excited to be there, to be able to support Trump, because he's been in office for 4 years. I mean, yeah, for 4 years, and honestly, he's never asked anything from us. So all the people that were there that I ran into in the hotels, on the street, were there because they wanted to come and do the least that they could, since this man fought so hard for us and, restrained so much from happening to us, that it was the least that we could do is to come and support him and, be there, just to be in a crowd where everyone supports Trump and everyone loves America was actually just energetic. And to see, the love for the people that he has, and how everyone there, was there, truly felt that they were helping America and the future of America. So everyone's intentions there was never to go and hurt anybody or anything like that. Their intention was to make their voice heard. Of course, they did go through the Capitol, and a lot of them went right after the rally, and they were there and they were protesting, and what we pretty much saw was, a lot of them that were just let in. Some people saw police officers, just open the door for them to walk in. So, we can sit here and speculate, did they set them up? I mean, was it Antifa, which you said there's already been proven? But the whole point was that, it's obvious that these people didn't go damage the property of another person, and they sure didn't go hurt any businesses or hurt a person. Their mission was to have their voice heard, whether or not, they were let in or whether they were set up. The fact that there was more than 2 million people that went on their own dime to go and support Trump. It is actually amazing because, they're really doing it for America. It's about the love that Trump has behind everything. It's what they're behind. Everyone thinks, oh, it's all about Trump. It's all about Trump. It is about the love that Trump has for the country that is contagious to us to want to help America. Even if it was another president that supported our biblical, principles and also a constitution, then we would also support him. Right. It is the fact that this man shows the love that he has for America. And so if he were motivated, it was motivated because of love. There was no hate. There was no animosity. There was none of that. It was all to try to save America from where it's heading and to prove the fraud that has been going on, and to have them listen to our voice so that way they can stop and go and recheck everything, and whether they redo the election, whether they don't, but the fact that they give us justice, and we're seeking justice, so that way they can see that they can't keep taking advantage of us because but instead they made us look like if it was our fault, like we were there destroying it. So the narrative was changed to something bad, but it was intended for something good.
Right, and exactly what we had to retract. Even the Wall Street Journal had to retract the story of that Trump rally was started by he instigated it, but he did not. Remember what Donald Trump said? You have to fight like hell to defend and protect the Constitution. That's what he said in his speech. If you recall that, that's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And again, the news media did not. I watched the whole entire speech. They did not show that part at all whatsoever. Instead, what the Fox fake news do? They went down there and talked about, hey, what about how you guys feel about the rally? What's going on the protest? What protest? What vandalism? What are you guys talking about? We're not doing that. We're here. What are we talking about?
Right.
So I mean, this is exactly what the fake news. What they did was they jumped the gun, just like they did the election. They jumped the gun on us. They said no voter fraud. Well, guess what? Now there is voter fraud. We found that out. We talked about that with and then Kelly McEnany on his network talked about that this very thing, and she even showed the evidence on Twitter and Facebook, and guess what? They took that down. They blocked her. They brought the press secretary on social media. That's called censorship. If that's not dictatorship, I don't know what is. You go ahead. You're running for Congress. What do you make of this, Jaimy? Go ahead.
Well, it just makes you wonder that if they've done this, if it's evident and we see the fraud, just due to the fact that our eyes see something else and they're telling us something else. You saw the crowds that Trump has brought out. You saw the excitement and all that. So yeah, it's actually very disappointing because you wonder, you've spent so much effort and so much time and money to run a campaign and to know that it's actually never really been won and that it's been just a selected selected election is actually sad because we are supposed to be America, the land of the free, the land of the opportunity, and it seems like we've actually been enslaved and we've been lied to and manipulated for many years. And this has to do with both parties, the fact that who knows, if it was all arranged many years ago, for all the elections that we've had with the Bushes and with the Clintons and all that,
right.
It just makes you trust in the system and makes you actually, not even want to try, which we know we have to. It's the same thing like Trump, if he definitely decides to rerun, he's going to always have that in his back of his mind. Well, I'm just wasting my time because they're going to do what they did before, right? That's why we have to keep fighting for justice and keep fighting to show, whether they change the election, machines, whether they, there's so many things that they can do, Even the election could have been redone if everyone petitioned, if everyone, complained. But again, it takes a multitude of people to take that, one day, everyone take one day out of their busy lives and actually go and rally wherever we have to show the mass of the people that want justice for what was done, both parties, because there's a lot of people that I know that are also Democrats that have seen the corruption within the parties,
Yep.
So yeah, it definitely it helps. It makes you lose faith, but you got to keep going.
Right. Also, I want to ask you this question too. Are you aware that the voting fraud that was going on? Are you aware that they're going to go into now? We're doing, I guess, in Texas and also Florida now, in voting at the voting office. You have to go in there into the poll office, walk in. That's what they did in Texas. Do you see that this should be done all 50 states? What do you think about it? What do you think we should be done? You're running for Congress. Go ahead. What's your intake on this?
What do you mean, to change the voting or to change the way we vote?
Well, it's to change from mail-in ballots to walk-in. I mean, to the walk-in polls. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it could be done to do it that way. It could also be, done in a way where if someone can't get to to the polls. There could be, I saw where there was people that were able to drive in there, and then they went to curbside. There's so many ways to be able to get a person to come and vote that you can see their face and you can see their ID and all that and be counted. I mean, hey, when they're trying to get the census done, they'll go to your house and check if that's you. So if they can account for that many people, there can be a different voting system instead of just the mail-in ballot stuff, for sure.
Right. Also, yeah, an ID. Exactly what you just talked about. ID, especially. Right. I mean, make sure you have, a driver's license in your voting registration. You should have that.
Right.
All right. Did you do that? Did you personally do that in Texas? Did you do that? Did you have to go walk in and show your ID and show them a voter registration? Did you do that personally?
I did. I gave them my ID. That I did. They did ask for that. I mean, they didn't ask for it. I guess they had a machine that just finds you easier. But there have other people where they allow them to go without the ID as long as they can give them like their information and all that. So that is wrong. I have seen it done, and they make them sign like an affidavit or something. That is something that I've seen that the county has allowed.
Interesting. Also, I want to ask you too on how many people were actually when they count the ballots. They have poll watchers. Were they allowed to have poll watchers there in your precinct?
Yeah. There's always poll watchers. Well, if they allow them, but you see poll watchers sometimes from both parties that are there. Sometimes there's, someone that just can't be at all of them. But the highest ones, they do have poll watchers that are, just monitoring, see what's going on, because there's many incidents where they take advantage a lot from the people who, don't speak English. They ask for assistance, and they're like, yeah, push here, here, and here, And it's actually sad that they would take advantage of the people that way to take that vote, their true vote, for something else.
Because remember, Pennsylvania had a big one. They didn't let the poll watchers go in there. They didn't let them observe at all whatsoever. The observers, they didn't let them do that.
Wow. Yeah, in Texas we do. Thank God. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great because you guys have a good attorney general. You have a good governor. Just like Florida's got a good governor, got a good mayor down there. You got a good governor, got a good mayor in Florida. Then you also have a good attorney general and a good lieutenant general. You got good people, and the same thing in Texas. I mean, remember, you're a lieutenant governor and your attorney general in Texas actually went with Senator Ted Cruz trying to get the nine senators trying to get the voter fraud exposed, saying that there is voter fraud, and challenge the electoral vote. Challenge it, but was it successful? Well, they tried. I mean, they tried, but again, Nancy Pelosi
made an effort, okay, and that makes a big difference.
Right.
Other than other people that didn't, that didn't even make an effort to try to help Trump.
Right. And there was voter fraud, and they finally came out and admitted it too on Fox News. By the way, this is from Brett Baer. Even said there was voter fraud. It was voter fraud. Brett Baer admitted it.
Yeah, I mean there were so many affidavits that were collected in Texas of incidents of they didn't even want to look at them. They didn't even care. They said anyone can do that and anyone can come and testify. So they are again challenging our voice and the voice of the people.
Yep. And so, I mean, having you being a first candidate on our broadcaster for the first of the year, this is pretty cool. So you're actually running for Congress. This is great. So we recommend anybody else who wants to who are running for Congress, have our voice be heard, because this is what we do here on this network. We talk about the issues that no one else will address anymore on any news network besides Sean Hannity radio program. But Rush is getting Rush is battling cancer right now. Hearts and prayers go out to Rush Limbaugh. But it's really tough. I mean, but they don't have too many conservative radios out here anymore in this country. You really don't see it anymore, like I'm doing. You really don't see it, and they should.
That's interesting that there's not people standing up.
No, there's not too many people saying up anymore. Marshall Humphrey's out there, but he has, he's getting more. He's getting more. He has more rhinos on his network now. More rhinos, believe it or not. He has people like Mick Romney all the time now on Ricey Humphrey's program. You go to Ricey Humphrey show. Guess what he has on every single Tuesday? Mick Romney.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. I know. And that's this thing that really is. I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing what's going on, and this is why I'm really concerned about what's taking place right now. Because what we have, oh, what we have is a communist dictator in the White House. What we have. I mean, it's coming up in the January 20th.
Right.
In America, in 7 days from now, okay, this is I'm not including today because the day's almost over with. But in 7 days from now, America will be held hostage starting day one. You watch.
Right.
Oh, and did you know? Oh, I want to tell you something. Did you see this from the Wall Street Journal? By the way, Joe bite me. He wants to have 1.2 $1 trillion relief fund for stimulus money now.
Oh wow! For the state of what?
No, stimulus money. Stimulus money. Stimulus money.
Oh, okay. Stimulus money. Okay.
Yeah. And $3.2 billion goes right to China. $2.3 billion goes to Syria, Iran.
Wow, that's interesting. Iran, we know they have the nuclear weapons and everything. Is he gone mad? I guess he has.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal just came that out last night, yesterday. So They came out with the figures, and we only get, instead of being $600, it's not $1,200. It's not $3,000. What we get is only $1,800.
Oh wow, that's it. So the American people are only worth $1,800.
Yep.
And then Iran and all these places that don't deserve a penny from us.
Right, and and get this, Planned Parenthood gets $250 million too as well. Planned Parenthood gets $250 million. Planned Parenthood does.
Oh, wow, and we're trying to fund them.
Yep, and that's something.
Okay. Not good.
And the most craziest thing I ever heard in my life. This is the most craziest, outrageous thing I ever heard in my life. It was supposed to be united us, not divide us. He's dividing us right now. This administration, it is definitely dividing this country. It really is. And it's dividing his own party too, by the way. Because right now, there were in Congress, to see yesterday what happened? The Democrats were firing with Democrats, the Republicans were firing Republicans yesterday. Did you see that? I got the Donald Trump newsletter too, by the way. He said we got monkeys in Congress. Monkeys in Congress that we have right now.
Oh, wow. Cool. I don't think I've received a newsletter yet. Anything more updated on that?
I got only that one yesterday, but he said that it's going to come out after he leaves office. You're going to see a lot more of this. He's going to have the Trump News Network's going to come out. Watch this. It's going to come out. It's going to be beautiful. This is something that's going to give our country a positive feeling again, because they're going to make America great again. And in God we trust. In God we trust. So remember that always.
Right.
So, and it's going to
That is
give.
how we founded this place, and that's how we're always going to support it. And I agree.
And this is why you're running for Congress. This is why we had you on this program, and make sure that your voice is heard and give you an opportunity to talk about the issues. And we actually give you the news, and then weigh in on it. That's what we do here. We just give you an opportunity to have a voice and address these concerns. Oh, because you're running for Congress, right? Again.
Yes, sir.
Would you repeal Section 230? What would you do with big tech and big media? Go ahead, Jamie. Go right ahead.
Well, first of all, I mean, it's obvious that big tech is just out of their mind to try to come and censor a person if the whole reason was for people to have a voice and to say something. But yeah, it definitely would have to be repealed, and they can't have that much control. And Congress also, the fact that they allowed that to work in that way, it's not it's really hurting the American people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we go back to the communist, dictator places that actually do censor people that, and sometimes they don't even know they're censored because they never saw it and they never knew it even existed. So sometimes it makes you wonder, if they're censoring on that, what could they not be censoring us on that we don't even know, of other things that are, hidden in the world, and that's why I know that, I don't know if you've ever heard of people who believe in, there being other continents, there being other things that they basically have us in have you ever seen that movie, The Truman Show?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so like in The Truman Show, you know how they're like censoring everything that he does?
Right.
And they're putting, stages and everything for him. And just, watching him grow up and everything, and then they don't let him go a certain area. They don't let him, pass a certain sections and stuff like that. So that kind of makes you wonder with this censorship. It's like, what are they afraid for us to know that they have to, rewrite history, things that, people have sworn that they learned in school when they were, going to school that they don't teach us anymore and things like that, that they have so much control to rewrite, it wouldn't shock me if they try to rewrite the history for Donald Trump instead of the greatest president we've ever had to the worst, because that's exactly what it seems like they're doing. They're going back and editing things that we lived it, we know it's true, and to them it's more like a how can I say it? It's a censoring control of the mind and of what people think, for their agenda. And there's always an agenda behind it, which we all know this is leading to the form of one world government, and that's why destroying the economy is their number one goal, because that is where, I put an article out the other day on one of the chats that we were talking. I am a real estate investor and own multifamily, that with this epidemic, it's been really bad because we've actually haven't, people who can't pay rent, well, we can't evict them, okay? We don't know if they're seriously don't have the money or they're just, taking advantage of it, but it's destroying a lot of investors, and, the fact that they're telling us what to do is already a form of control, because, it's not stopping the creditors for coming after the people who can't pay. It's not stopping the creditors, the banks. So it's actually sad. We never saw this ever coming. But there is one, Schwab. He's one of the men that is at the World Economic Forum, and he talks about how by 2030, you will own nothing and you will be much happier. Can you imagine that? Never owning anything? Like the control that they could have over a person's life in that sense?
Wow. That's scary.
It is. It is very scary because that's where it's leading to.
Right, the First Amendment.
Why people have to wake up.
Yeah, exactly. And now Anya Cortez, his First Amendment, and she wants to take on also the Second Amendment now. She wants to take on the First and Second Amendment now. She actually want to do this. And remember what happened? What did Maxine Waters say? He wanted to create violence, and so did Chuck Schumer. So did it was Nancy Pelosi, and it was also Maxine Waters. All of them said that they encouraged violence this past year. Remember, over the summer, they said that more than once.
Right.
More than once. And now you got Eric Swalwell, with the fraud of zong zong bang bang fang fang. This China communist, she was infiltrating a spy for for taking secrets and money and donations for China, and we paid for that. Are you kidding me? Why would you do this?
Oh wow.
Why would you? Why would you want to have a symbol like this and infiltrating what's going on with the legislature and Congress? I mean, why would you want to have somebody like this? Why? I don't understand.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand this.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why Eric Scowell had an affair with Zong Zong Bang 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 Bang, and I mean, it's why would you want to have influence from taking money, donating from donors from China to actually have spies and to actually infiltrate what with the election results, and also trying to portray uh, our armed secrets and our homeland security intel. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? All right, this is a national security. This is a national security threat. If this is national breach of national security, I don't know what is.
Right. I agree.
This makes no sense. It makes no. Why would they allow this to happen? I don't. And there's no. Again, Where is the State Department on this? Where is this? Yeah, where's the State Department? Where is FBI? Where is the DOJ on this? Where are they? Where's the Attorney General on this? And they should look at this, but they're not.
Yeah, that's true. They're not even caring. That's sad.
Yeah, it is very sad. But we have to talk about it because we have to. The only way to actually get on, to sit to Fox News, we have to talk about it.
We've got to talk about it.
We have to talk about it. We address the issue. We're not attacking anybody. We're just addressing the issues here. Is what we're doing. We're taking the issues and we're addressing it. And exactly, some believe it or not, some of the interviews that you and I have done in the past, Fox News actually picked up on this past week. By the way.
Oh wow, that's great.
So it gives you an idea how big of an influence we really do have around here.
True.
We're putting the pressure on. We're putting the pressure on big tech and big media right now. That's what we're doing. We're exposing it. We're not attacking it. We're just addressing the issues here. That's what we're doing. We're just addressing the issues that matter the most. That issues are being censored and not even being talked about on national TV. Like George Soros. You mentioned George Soros. What happened to Newt Gingrich? He was cut off this past summer. Remember that? He was cut off for saying the word George Soros this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's this the kind of censorship that we're going to have for the next 2 years. This is not the country that is. I thought this was a free nation, the greatest nation on God's green earth. What happened to that? Where did it go? You guys want they vote in a communist dictator in the White House, and that's what we have right now. The next 4 years anyway. But the good news is though, if you think about what happened with this election, one good news out of this. You know what that good news is?
No, what's the good news? Tell me.
The good news is if Donald Trump stayed in for 4 more years, what would happen in Congress? If knowing that we have a Democratic-run Congress right now, liberal-run Congress, okay? I'm saying Republicans and Democrats, both parties. I'm talking about liberal Congress. What would happen if Donald Trump stayed for 4 more years? What would they do?
Well, they would fight him.
What would they do? What would be one thing that they would do?
Well, they would fight him. Are you talking about what Trump would do, or what would they do?
What would they do to Trump?
Oh, well, they would keep on trying to impeach him and keep trying to get rid of him.
There you go. You just answered my question. You just did it. Yeah, you just answered my question. Yeah, you got the right answer. Congrats. You got the right answer. Yes, you did.
Well, that's what they would do.
Yep. They would do that for 2 more years. You watch. You would have done that for 2 more years. So in a way, this is a good way for Donald Trump to not be part of it. Wait for 2 more years, because what's going to happen next year? What's going to happen November 8th of next year? What we're going to do?
November of next year. What do we have in store for November of next year?
November 8th next year.
I don't know what's going on November 8th.
We have an election for Congress. The 430 members come up next year, and 30.
Oh yeah. It's every 2 years actually. So it would be because they just won the term right now. So
right.
Yes, I mean they'll be back up in 2022.
Right. Maybe next year.
Well, yeah. I mean you can start campaigning next year, yeah. But right. Definitely, yes, you're right. Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is why we had you on today. This is why we had you on the first of the year, because we don't have much time left between, if you think about it, November this year will be exactly 1 year to go. So we got a year and a half, if you think about it.
Right, exactly. You're right, yes. Because we're already 2021.
Yeah.
Got to start back up, got to keep going, got to keep fighting, got to have the parties and have people come out and see the difference of
this is our time to shine, people. The Patriot Party. This is our time to shine. This is our time. Our time is now. Our time is so important right now. This is why I encourage every single candidate to come on my program. I'm encouraging this. Talk about the issues. Also, give you guys what the issues matter most, why you're running for, what you're running for, and give you the information that you guys need to actually address these issues that we're doing right now in the air. That's what we're doing.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely.
So.
Yes. So time flies. Oh, we got a lot of work to do.
Yep. Yes, we do. We don't much.
A lot of work.
A lot of work. Don't have much time left. If you think about it.
We don't. Let's pray that Trump stays in the battle, and we have those patriots that support him in whatever he decides to do.
Right. Also, another thing is too, the border wall. Do you think, in your opinion, do you think Biden will repeal the border wall, open borders again? What do you think he's going to do with that? What do you think? Go ahead, Jaimy.
I mean, I hope he doesn't repeal it. That would be a waste of money and a waste of Trump's, energy that he focused on that. And this is something that even the people that live next to the border would want it just done because they have to deal with seeing coyotes cross through the back of their yard and seeing people dying of hunger and water because they're trying to cross over, which is inhumane. And for Biden to not see that this is American people want this, if that was the case, we'll just let everyone in. And that's why America has been so strong, and that's why people have been that we love immigrants and we want them to come in the correct way,
legal,
so that way they won't get taken advantage of, they won't be raped along the way, as they've done to many people in the past.
Right, you're down there. You see, you're close to the border. You understand what's going on better than most people do, because you're down there right now. You're down there, and so this is why we want to also talk about these very issues and what I mean, from your people within your culture. That's a good word. People within your own culture. What do they say about the border wall? Are they for it or are they against it? What do they say to you?
Oh, absolutely for it. There's so many people. I mean, we've done so many tours for the Hispanic people that they have always said, makes them feel safe. It makes them, just to know that, people aren't going to get hurt along the way trying to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's something that they really care about.
That's great, because exactly what you see, the mainstream media, the fake news media, not is talking about, oh, your culture, uh, they do not want to have a border wall. They want to have open borders. They love open borders. They think that they're being separated, or they're being uh, is a racist issue to turn into a racist issue. The fake news is doing that, and then they're saying that, oh, they want open borders. They don't want to be segregation. What do you say to these? Go ahead, Jaimy.
Well, yeah, I mean, people do not want open borders. That's obvious, and it's the majority of people that, supported Trump. That's why they could believe that Trump had got so much support from the Hispanic people, because he believes in pro-life, he believes in the sanctity of marriage, and, he's really for the family.
Right, also and, Latinos, yeah.
People want that. People want to feel safe, and people love what he has implemented. I believe that I myself, the wall is a great thing, but we still have to have other things, to be able to secure it, such as, have, surveillance, hire more border patrol, troops, things like that will be needed, for our, to be 100% success.
Absolutely. I agree with that totally, 100%. So, I mean, this is, but from, I guess from what you're telling me, I mean, they have, obviously they want border wall. Obviously, they do. They support it, don't they?
Yes, they do. So many people support it. So I don't think he'll do away with it, to be honest with you. But again, who knows? Who knows what their agenda is behind everything.
Right. Also, Latinos love the border wall, don't they? They love it, don't they?
They sure do.
The Latinos are so faithful. They are so friendly. They are so kind, and they are very, very family oriented too, as well. They really are, and they're so faithful. They're so faithful. I mean, it's just amazing people. They really are. Just like the Filipinos. I mean, they're amazing people. Just amazing. They come from communist China, escaped from communist China, come here in this country. I mean, so did Latinos. Came from Cuba, from Castro, from communist dictators, from third world countries. That came into this country legally. I'm not talking about illegals, legally, and they came in here for the love, for freedom, for God and country. And I love you people. I love them all. I love them. I really do. I love them.
Right, and that is what we are hoping, that we continue this, and we make America what it was, like what it's always been. It's there was never division in culture until these people started saying that there's division and that there's all this. We all know that that's a lie. We all know that. So it's just good for us to stay strong, for us to be unified, and raise up that party, the Patriot Party, because it is what we stand for America. They might have hijacked
the election.
Our party. The fact that so many Republicans would even 10 of them would even say to impeach Trump. That's just horrible. You know?
Well, the good news, something, Jaimy. Did you know there's possibly four Democrats in the Senate that's going to jump from the Democrat Party to the Republican Party? 4 senators.
Oh, well, that's great.
So we're going to take back the Senate, no matter what. No matter what, we get the Senate. There's no question about it. There's no question about it, because they see what the fraud. They saw what's going on with the Trump supporters. I mean, being portrayed as Trump supporters being portrayed as terrorists. I mean, how do you? I mean, here you are. You are a Latino person, and you're being called a terrorist. What do you say to those? The news networks trying to portray you as a terrorist. What do you say to that?
That try to portray the people who were in D.C. as terrorists, or who were they
Yeah,
portraying as terrorists?
yeah, exactly. But portraying you, the people in D.C. at the rally, calling you, labeling you as a terrorist. Now, how do you feel about that? And here you are.
So, I mean, we're not terrorists, of course. I feel that they could have rewarded us and said something more suitable to what they're really doing. We are women and men of valor. That's what we are. That we will stand up for our Constitution and to defend the rights of those who do not defend themselves, cannot defend themselves. So, yeah, that's not terrorists, because we were not hurting anybody. And, even though they did attack even though there was a little bit of damages done to the house, that is actually still the house of the people. So no matter what, it is, owned by the people. We didn't go trash something that belongs to somewhere else. That's tax-paying money that's going to have to go and fix it.
Right.
So
remember,
it was never attack on anybody. It was just a voice, so that way they could hear us out for what what they have done is unjust, and we just wanted them. We wanted our voice to be heard, and if it took that, and other people stepped in and did what they did, we had no control over that. But we did. I mean, we still fought along with them in a different sense, because we were protecting the Constitution, and we were, making our voice heard, even though, they talk about how, they were scared and this and that. They know that they weren't in any danger. They know that. All they wanted, there's so many times where protesters have gone to the Capitol and have, had their voice heard. So it's just a bunch of, how could I say it, media noise. That's it.
Yeah, and I have a question. How many other Latinos were there with you anyway? How many people in your group?
Oh, we have so many. I saw, a couple of thousand of people. More than that. There was a lot of Latinos. There was Asian. There was every nationality there. Every nationality.
Beautiful. I love it.
Multicultural. You should have seen the flags from every country.
Yeah.
That were there protesting, because the reason they brought their flag is to say, hey, I'm from here, but I'm still American, and I'm still going to fight for America.
Right.
To them, it was showing the fact that they were not, to show that Trump's not racist.
Right. I saw
they
try
to make him to be. They try to make it be like this is a white supremacy stuff. It has nothing to do about white supremacy. It has to do about the people.
Right. I saw the Vietnamese flags. I saw also Mexican flags. I saw American flags. I saw everything was
there.
Yeah, I saw everything was there. Exactly. It was a rally. It was not a demonstration. I don't care what the news media says. I don't care what they title as. It was a Trump rally, plain and simple. And Antifa, during his speech, they went into the Capitol building during your rallies. What they did during the speech of Donald Trump, they went in there and they allowed. And I saw the videotapes that of the Capitol officers allowed the protesters go into the Capitol building. I saw this. I watched this. They allowed that to do that. And these people, again, former, not current. These are former NYPD officers who've been fired for going to the strip club, and they trashed the Capitol building. They go in there and they slam windows, bash, vandalize, take down our do vandalism. They destroy furniture. They did this. You watch them do this. It was organized. Some of these people came from private jets that come into to go to the Capitol and protest. Come on, there's no way that these people were not organized. They were very organized. They planned out for months. They knew about it. They did it, and they wanted to do it, and they had planned it since. Get this, since August. They planned this since August. By the way, did you not know that, Jenny?
Nope, but I'm sure they had some kind of intel, something. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Well, I got this from Tom Ridge, a former Homeland Security Director. He said, we knew about this. We got the warning since August. This is a Homeland Security. This is Tom Ridge during the Bush administration. A good guy. A good guy. I like Tom Ridge. I always loved Tom Ridge. Ever since he was there with the Condoleezza Rice, our Secretary of State. Good lady. Great lady. No problem. It's like Kayleigh McEnany, press secretary, good person. She addressed these issues too as well of voter fraud. So did Mayor Rudy Giuliani of voter fraud. But again, Donald Trump needs to have better advisors. And what's really cool is in 2024, and 3 years from now, okay, 3.5 years from now, we are going to have maybe possibly Donald Trump again. If not Donald Trump Jr. That would be a good ticket to have. How about that? How would you feel about that?
Absolutely. As a Patriot Party, absolutely.
Yeah, the Patriot Party. Yeah, the Patriot Party. The full title of it is the Patriot Party, the Constitutional Conservative Party is what it's called, but it's still the Patriot Party. It's the same thing. It's just a longer title. But the Patriot Party is now the new party for what we need. It's like a reform party. Ross Perot. Remember Ross Perot in 92? He came up with a reform party. Well, we got the Patriot Party now. So there you go. Voila. We helped build this up. That Patriot Conservatives Network helped made this happen. We helped do this. We encourage it. We build it up this way. We've been on here for 10 years. So there you go. Our 10-year thing. No, this is our 11th year anniversary. That's right. It's 11 years. So our 10th year was last year, by the way. We had you on.
Yes.
So.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. I've got to get some stuff done for Shabbat, which is tonight.
And where people can find you? Where can people donate? Where can they go to? They want to find you for Congress. Where can they go?
Sure. I have my website up. It's Jaimy Blanco for Congress.com. That's JAIMY BLANCO for Congress.com. And if you have any questions, donate, volunteer, and let's get this Patriot Party going.
Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. That's the old saying. Let's roll. That's exactly what Tom Benton. Remember, it was Tom Benton. He said, "Let's roll." Remember that 9/11? He said, "Let's roll."
Yep, let's roll. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's roll. Let's do this. Yeah, and make it happen. Let's just do it for America. It's not for us. Let's do it for America, because we are looking out for America. I'm not looking out for you. We are, in fact, looking out for America. Why? All lives matter, and we really do care. And remember, in God we trust. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Talk to you again soon.